Hello, church family. My name is Stephen Helm, Director of Christian Education at Christ Our Redeemer Lutheran Church, and you're watching Devo with SteveO. Have a question for you today. What does love look like? Those are some good ideas. I wonder, what does love look like? Does it look like Jesus? Maybe it looks like my shirt. Maybe it looks like a Slurpee. Well, I've got two parables I want to share. One of my own and one from God. My own is that when I was young, my grandparents had a beach condo, and we would love to go there just about every summer and spend a week or two with my grandparents at their beach place. And across the street from the beach, from their condo, was a 7-Eleven. So very frequently, we would go to the beach, and then later on that afternoon, we'd go across the street to 7-Eleven and get a delicious Slurpee. I remember one summer in particular, they were giving away free Slurpees one day. And there were banners and signs posted at the 7-Eleven, free Slurpee day. Everyone come, get your free Slurpee. It was an invitation to one and to all for this wonderful, tasty, delicious treat. But there's also another sign inside that 7-Eleven. You know what that sign said? No shirt, no shoes, no service. You see, as I said, they were across the street from the beach. So as you can imagine, it was very easy and tempting for many people, like myself, to want to just come right from the beach in my swim trunks, right over to the 7-Eleven. I was hot, I was thirsty, I wanted to grab a Slurpee. And I wouldn't have shoes and I wouldn't have shirt. Well, if that's the case, they would turn me away. And for good reason. It was a good rule. It kept the place clean and sanitary, safe for me and safe for all the other customers. And a good rule will do that, and those rules are always worth following. So, it was interesting, this parallel of the 7-Eleven at the beach. On one hand, they were offering this delicious free gift, inviting everybody to come and partake. But on the other hand, they were asking you to obey the rules, be respectful, and loving in that sort of way. And it reminds me of the parable that Jesus tells today. Let's take a look at that. Now, let's open our Bible and read the parable that Jesus has for us this week. Got my bookmark right here to find my place. Perfect. Once more, Jesus spoke to them, saying this parable. The kingdom of heaven may be compared to a king who gave a wedding banquet for his son. He sent his servants to call those who had been invited to the wedding banquet, but they would not come. Again, he sent out others, saying, Tell those who have been invited, Look, I have prepared my dinner. My oxen and my fat calves have all been slaughtered, and everything is ready. Come to the wedding banquet. But they made light of it and went away, one to his farm and another to his business, while the rest seized the servants and mistreated them and killed them. Well, the king was enraged, and he sent troops, destroying those murderers and burning their cities. Then he said to his servants, The wedding is ready, but those invited were not worthy. Go therefore into the main streets and invite everyone you find to the wedding banquet. And those servants went out to the streets and gathered all they found, both good and bad, so the wedding hall was filled with guests. But when the king came in to see the guests, he noticed a man there who was not wearing a wedding robe. And he said to him, Friend, how did you get in here without a wedding robe? And he was speechless. So then the king said to the attendants, Bind him hand and foot, and throw him into outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are called, but few are chosen. The word of the Lord. Oh boy, wow, did that take a turn. Maybe you're saying to yourself, SteveO, what does Slurpees at the beach have to do with murders at a wedding? What is this, Sunday school or HBO? What it is a parable. And parables are stories that Jesus would use to tell us a little bit about who we are and who we could be. They would shine a light on our human nature and call us to a godly purpose. So it brings me back to the question I started with. What does love look like? Well, love definitely looks like a wedding. That's something we can all agree on. Love would also look like throwing a huge banquet and inviting everybody, all are welcome, all have a place, all are invited here to share in this feast together. Love doesn't look like some of the human things that we do in reaction to that. Turning away, saying no, beating up and hurting the messengers who invite us, and then retaliating for those who have been abused in dramatic ways like we saw in the story. But what about when they threw out the guy at the end of the story at the wedding? He was there. He accepted the invitation. How is that love? Well, maybe love looks like that rule. Remember I said at the beginning, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Love can be respectful, respecting our neighbor, the ones who are around us, whether we know them or not, whether they're family or whether they're strangers. Being respectful to them is a way to show love. Here we are in our Sunday school room where we have this construction theme. If you're on a construction site, you gotta wear your hard hat. It's safety. It keeps you safe. And it also shows that you respect and love those who care about you, who want to be safe. Many of you know I had a bicycle accident a few years back and I wasn't wearing a helmet. Well, I promise you, I always wear a helmet now. I will never do that again without a helmet, because not only does it keep me safe, but it lets those who love me and care about me know that I love them and I'm being respectful to them, so they don't have to worry about me making a poor choice and being reckless. Maybe love looks like wearing a mask, keeping socially distant. All these things are wonderful examples of how we love not only ourselves, but our neighbor, and how not only can we be the best version of our human nature, but we can be called to a godly purpose who cares and loves God and all God's people. So, something to keep in mind, even through a dramatic lesson such as this. What does love look like? How does love look like in our day? How does love look like in your home, in your school, at your work? Let this be a reminder that love not only looks like an invitation for all to take part in the feast, but also to be respectful to those and kind, whether they accept the invitation or not. And if they do, to do so with love and respect, and come and be a part of a family of love. And remember, God is calling us all to be a part of this family of love. Love God, love people. Thanks for watching, and peace be with you.